If I could sit down with my younger self, hmm, if I could sit down with my younger self, there are a couple of things that I would tell her. Not necessarily to say these are the things that you should change, but rather to bring a little sense of calm and clarity and say things will get better and you got this. So, my name is Dr. Maria Martinez, and on this episode of the Inner Authority Project, we're going to talk about two things that I will tell my younger self. And on this channel, we talk about all things that are related to transformation and reinvention and reconnecting with ourselves and our sense of purpose and reclaiming our voice and especially reclaiming our inner power so that we can design the next phase of life with clarity and confidence. This is all for women in our 50s who are in this midlife phase trying to find and figure things out. So for me, there are a couple of things that I would tell myself, not because there is a need for more information. Let's face it, by this age, we probably have heard it all, right? But sometimes it's about gaining that sense of clarity or maybe validation. Or maybe we just need that extra perspective to remind us that it is okay. And what you know and what you believe is the right thing. You're not crazy, you're not wrong, you haven't failed. None of those things. All of these things are normal for this phase in life, and sometimes that extra perspective helps. The catch is that we don't gain that extra perspective until we get to this 50 plus stage where we can look back and said, "Oh, how come nobody told me?" So let's go ahead and talk about these two things, which I think are critical for my younger self. Point number one, you don't have to have it all figured out. Can you relate? I was particularly inclined to get everything mapped out in my life. I'm a planner. I like to have details. I like to have the entire process figured out and know exactly what I'm going to do and what I'm going to get as a result of that. Well, sometimes we cannot expect to have all the details figured out, like in this case of midlife, right? Where we are almost reinventing ourselves or rediscovering ourselves, depending on where you are. And that also means that it's okay to take one step at a time and to show up because the truth is that sadly, sometimes that clarity only comes up as you take those steps and you continue to show up one day at a time. I'm here, I'm doing this today for myself. I am going to go to the gym, or I am going to have that conversation that I have been dreading or postponing. But I am doing the things that I need to do for myself because those little things lead to clarity and confidence. So, point number one, you don't have to have it all figured out. We together? All right. Point number two that I will tell my younger self if I could have that conversation. Outgrowing your life is not failure. And friends, let me tell you, this was really hard for me. If I'm going to be fully transparent, this sometimes is hard for me still. All right, you might want to check my previous video where we talked about those signs that you are outgrowing your life. If you haven't checked it out, please do. I think it's episode 4, so go back and check it. But for me, it was almost a signal of failure. Once I woke up and I realized I'm not really enjoying life the way that I used to, something is starting to feel off. That's when I started to question myself and to wonder, where did I go wrong? What did I miss along the way? It's almost as if I was conditioned to blame myself. And I don't know if it was just me, but a lot of the people that I talk to can often relate to that little sense of guilt. So truth is that you haven't failed, that there's nothing wrong, and we're growing, we're evolving. Midlife reinvention isn't necessarily about becoming someone new. I don't ever expect to be a new Maria. Although sometimes it feels good to say a new woman, a new me, right? So sometimes that feels good, but that's not really what midlife reinvention is all about. Is recognizing that with every phase of life, we evolve into a beautiful new self where if we can give ourselves permission to fully be present and to realize that those things that we might perceive as failures only served to take us to where we are today, to shape us into the women that we are today, we can then give ourselves the grace to move forward with gratitude and being fully present, which in turn allows us to claim that inner authority and decide assertively what it is that is coming next. You may have heard me say this before. I still don't have everything figured out, but friend, I'm going to continue to show up. And I hope that you show up here with me. I hope that you can go ahead in the chat and the comment section and tell me I'm there with you. I feel the same way, or share with me your experience. Because if you are in that place where you might still feel a little uncertain, where something is shifting and that sense of self awareness is starting to wake you up and to realize that there's something else for you, please comment below. You can also download a jumpstart guide that I've created and a reset guide that I've created. They're all on my website, but I would love, love, love to continue this journey with you. Over the next few weeks, we're going to tap into all of these aspects of reinvention and midlife renaissance, what I call what that means, what it looks like, and always with a reminder that we are the greatest project that we will ever work on. So, yes, if I could go back and tell my younger self at least a couple of things, one, Maria, you don't have to have it all figured out. And number two, outgrowing your life doesn't mean failure. It just means that you're growing, you are evolving. So, with that, we'll conclude this episode for today. But I once again want to say thank you for being here with me. I hope you can like and comment on this video as well as subscribe to my channel if you want to support me and if you want to grow with me. I look forward to many, many more experiences and conversations as we continue to claim our inner authority. Until next time, take care of yourselves.